So let's dig a little deeper on both of those human impact processes. Here we have a little bit more on deforestation. So again, when we're breaking it down, what's happening with deforestation is we're having trees cut down and or cut and burned. And so we're seeing carbon move from the biosphere, the plant itself, up into the atmosphere. Right? And so when we're thinking about what that transfer looks like, something like this, where we're getting the trees removed and the carbon is going into the air. And this is happening mostly for land use. So this is a really impressive picture of obviously a typical forest over here. And this whole area used to look like that, but it's been completely cleared out for land use. So here's what we have to think about, is when this is occurring, it's not only that we're adding more carbon to the atmosphere, but now we're also impacting another carbon cycle process simply by removing the trees. So when we think about which processes the trees come in contact with or are driven by, that is of course going to be photosynthesis, right? That is the process of plants taking in carbon. And so by removing the trees themselves, what we're doing is actually lowering the level of photosynthesis that can happen, or carbon that can be removed from the atmosphere. And when we think about, again, our carbon cycle diagram and different ways carbon can come out of the atmosphere, look at our picture. This is really our main one. Yes, we do have this diffusion arrow, but this is a small process in comparison to what photosynthesis does to help siphon out excess carbon in the atmosphere. So not only is the process of deforestation adding more carbon to the atmosphere, but it's also lessening the opportunity for carbon to come out by removing the number one way that it gets taken from the atmosphere. So when deforestation happens, carbon cycle process, other carbon cycle process that it's affected is photosynthesis, because now we don't have enough, or we're losing trees to do photosynthesis, and we're losing trees to take carbon out. So it's kind of a double negative.